What if the biggest debt on your credit file, the one that looks the scariest, is actually the easiest one to control, simply because you haven't touched it yet? Stay with me, because a lot of people are stressing over the wrong thing. So here's the situation. One of my followers reached out recently, and their story is a perfect example of how everyday people get trapped just because nobody explains the rules properly. They checked their credit file and found a large debt, around 10K, now owned by a debt purchasing company. No CCJ on it. But they did have two older debts that already escalated into CCJs, and they were confused about what to deal with first. Now here's what most people get wrong. They panic about the big number, but listen carefully. A debt with no CCJ is like a sleeping lion. It only becomes dangerous if you start poking it without understanding what it is. You never, and I mean never, jump into explanations or negotiations without asking the most important question. Is this debt enforceable, or is it just noise? And the only way to answer that is through the law. For consumer credit debts, loans, cards, finance, you have a weapon people don't use. The CCA request, sections 77 to 79. Think of it like someone accusing you of borrowing their car in 2015. You're not handing over anything until they show the logbook, the receipt, and the CCTV of you driving it. Same principle applies here. Debt collectors must show the signed credit agreement, the original default notice, every statement, proof they legally own the debt, and the terms you agreed to. And if they can't? Let me explain it with a simile. It's like a speed camera ticket where the police lost the footage. They can write letters all day, but they can't enforce anything. And here's the part that will shock people. The older the debt, and the more times it has been sold, the less likely the paperwork is complete. This is why you never log into their online portal, explain yourself, or confirm anything. Because the moment you do that, you've basically handed them a fresh pen to rewrite your entire financial history. So part 1 ends like this. If you've got old debts, mixed balances, different companies chasing you, you don't fight emotion with emotion, you fight letters with law. Part 2 is where I show you exactly what happens next, how the law actually plays out, and how to deal with CCJs the smart way.